This week we got a new trailer for Beyond Light showing gameplay of the new Stasis abilities. On Tuesday, Bungie will be taking a deep dive into the Prophecy Dungeon. Destiny 2 becomes free for all Game Pass owners this September, and next week, the Grandmaster Ordeal changes to Savathun's song. Xur is located on Titan in the rig. He brings Sunshot, a solar energy hand cannon with him. For the Hunter, he's selling Liar's Handshake chest armor. For the Warlock, he's selling Skull of Dire Hamakara helmet. And finally for the Titan, he's selling the Eternal Warrior helmet. And now onto Trials. This week the map is Javelin 4. For 3 wins you get the chest piece. For 5 wins you get the fusion rifle. For 7 wins you get the Ivesol sniper rifle. And for going flawless, you get the chest piece. Bungie has released a new trailer for Beyond Light at the Xbox Series X Game Showcase event. The trailer showed off some of the new supers and abilities that we'll get to use in the upcoming expansion. Starting off with the Titan, it looks like we'll get a super where he smashes the ground and produces an ice wave that travels to the enemy. It creates an ice chunk, killing all enemies in his path. Here it looks like a Titan melee ability. And instead of shoulder charging enemies, we'll be able to slide into them and kill them. Now onto the Hunter. Looks like the Hunter is getting ice pickaxes, and when it's super, he throws them like Blade Barrage. The main difference here is that the pickaxes on impact freeze the enemy. Here it looks like the Hunter can throw their grenade on the ground to create an ice chunk that lifts them up in the air, and they can use their melee ability to throw ice pickaxes at the enemies. Freezing enemies in the Crucible, I guess, will be a new thing. And it's looking like the Hunter is going to get its own ground pound ability, like the Titan. And finally the Warlock. Looks like the Warlock is getting a staff. When in that super, it looks like it acts like Nova Warp, where you can do massive blasts and kill everyone around you. Also looks like the staff can be used at long range as well. The Warlock will now have a grenade that when thrown at enemies will freeze them in place. Looks like the staff will be used as a melee ability as well, where you can shoot at enemies at long range and freeze them in place. Warlocks will now have grenades that stick to walls and create platforms. I wonder if this will be useful in the upcoming raid. I'm just guessing here, but it looks like we'll be getting a new exotic heavy grenade launcher in the upcoming expansion. It also looks like there are new shields around enemies, making match game and nightfalls and our choices for weapon loadout more difficult. Now onto other news this week. Anyone with an active Xbox Game Pass will have access to the standard edition of each expansion, starting with Forsaken in September. In other words, you won't be able to access seasonal content. Later this year, Bungie's optimizing Destiny 2 for Xbox Series X. Destiny 2 on Xbox Series X can be played at 60 FPS at 4K resolution. I'll post the article with more information in the description. On Tuesday, July 28th at 10 AM Pacific, there will be a developer deep dive on the Bungie channel on Twitch. The developers will be telling us inside stories on the development of the Prophecy Dungeon. Destiny, the official cookbook, released this week. It has recipes for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If interested, you can purchase it. The Twitch Prime rewards changed this week. This month's rewards are an exotic ship, legendary sparrow, tractor cannon, and its ornament. Once you claim these rewards on Bungie.net, you can pick them up at Amanda Holiday. There is good news and bad news about this week's Ordeal Nightfall. The bad news first. It's the most difficult Grandmaster we've had yet. The good news, you can get 100k on Hero difficulty, which has matchmaking. Next week, the Grandmaster Ordeal Nightfall will be Savathun's song. Just a reminder, here are some of the changes. Massive changes to the rewards from Grandmaster Strikes, as you are now guaranteed an Ascendant Shard with a chance of getting 2 and 4 or more enhancement prisms when achieving Platinum level. Bungie has also increased the drop rate of exotic armor from Grandmaster completions. Next week, the Flashpoint will be on the Tangled Shore, and Shaxx brings mayhem and breakthrough to the Crucible. Hopefully I covered everything. Thanks for taking the time to watch my Destiny video.